Hey guys, it's Fida and today I've come up with a really delicious vanilla Swiss roll cake recipe. So, this Swiss roll cake has a really spongy and nice vanilla cake. It's gonna be a vanilla sponge cake, and then there's the cream filling. I'm showing you how to make the cream filling today, but if you want, you can go ahead and use any sort of filling you want. And then there are chocolate chunks in between. So, let's get on to making it. For that, into a bowl, crack in 5 eggs, and then you have to separate the egg white and the egg yolk. As it is sponge cake, we're going to be separating the egg white and egg yolk and then beating the egg white so that it comes to a really nice and fluffy consistency and the cake is going to be really soft. To separate the yolks one at a time, do not crack in all the eggs together, because if there is even the slightest bit of the yolk in the white, then the white will not whip up properly. Now that's done, let's set the egg whites aside, and first we're going to beat the egg yolks. So into the egg yolks, I'm going to add in a pinch of salt, just a little bit, and then 3 tablespoons of sugar. Just add that in and beat it until it comes to a nice and ribbony consistency. So you want the color to lighten up really well, and it should thicken and come to a ribbony consistency like this. So here the consistency has thickened and the color has lightened up. So I'm going to set the hand beater aside. It has come to a ribbony consistency. Now scrape down the sides and set this bowl aside until we beat up the egg whites. Use your hand beater and start beating the egg whites and gradually add in sugar. So here I have 5 tablespoons of sugar. You're going to add it as 3 parts. First you're going to add 1 part, beat that really well, and when the sugar is dissolved you can add the second part and continue doing it until you've added in all the sugar and the egg whites come to a really stiff peaks consistency. You don't want the peaks to be droppy, peaks should be really stiff. I've beaten that up really well, but still these peaks are a little bit droppy. So I'm going to beat that for another 30 seconds and get it to really stiff peaks. And here the peaks are standing stiff. You don't want them to drop off. They should be really stiff like this. And here the egg white mixture is ready. I'm going to set the hand beater aside. Now all we're going to do is fold the rest of the ingredients. We're not going to beat the rest of the ingredients, because we've incorporated a lot of air into the egg white mixture and also the egg yolk mixture. So if you use a hand beater, you might end up depleting the air bubbles and the cake will not be soft. So make sure you use a spatula and fold it gradually. Do not rush it. If you rush it, all the air bubbles are going to be depleted. So slowly and gently fold it in. So now that's done, I'm going to add in the dry ingredients, and you need to sift all the dry ingredients in. I'm going to add in half a cup plus 1 tablespoon of flour and 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. So you're going to sift it in as 2 parts, don't add it all at once. Add a little bit at first, then fold that, then add the rest of it. I'm sifting in the rest of the dry ingredients. Now just fold that, gently fold it. Once that's mixed up, into it goes 4 tablespoons of milk. And also I'm going to pour in 4 tablespoons of oil. This is just normal vegetable oil. Fold that in really gently and take out all the lumps. You don't need any lumps in the cake. The cake batter should be really smooth. And here the cake batter is ready. I'm going to prep my pan. I've some butter paper cut out, and also I've just brushed it with some oil. I'm going to line the parchment paper and pour the batter in. This is 11 into 8 inch cake pan. It is a rectangular cake pan. So you need a really big cake pan for this much batter. The cake should be really thin. Only then will we be able to roll it. If the cake is really thick, then it's going to break apart when we try to roll it. Now bake it in a preheated oven, and it won't take a lot of time to bake because it's really thin. You can insert a skewer and check. If it comes out clean, then you know the cake is perfectly baked. You can take it out of the pan once it's a little bit cooled. Keep that on top of parchment paper. I'm not removing the bottom parchment paper right now. I'll be removing it later. Then you need to take a knife and cut 3 lines at the starting. Just 3 lines. You don't need to cut it full. Do not cut it all the way till the end. You just need the top to be a little bit cut so that it curves inwards while we're rolling it. And then just roll it. You have to keep a parchment paper on the bottom and the top so that it doesn't stick. And it's done. You just need this to come to shape, so keep it for half an hour in this state itself. Just keep it onto the side, so when we open the cake again, it's going to be in this rolled shape. So it's going to be easier after spreading the cream to roll. Here I've taken some fresh cream. So you can either use whipping cream or jam or any sort of filling you like. It doesn't necessarily have to be this filling I'm showing you. I'm just showing you a filling. In case you want to try it out, you can go ahead. Just add the cream into the bowl with around 3 tablespoons of sugar or according to taste. Mix that up and soften it a little bit. And the cream is done. Here I've also taken some chocolate chips to just put on top before rolling. Now unroll it like this. Take off the parchment paper, and the bottom parchment paper is still on. I've not removed it yet. Spread the nice layer of the cream. It doesn't have to be really thick. A thin layer is fine. Spread it all over the cake. And just put the chocolate chips on top. What you have to do is roll it back into its original shape like it was before. It's going to be easier to roll as we've rolled it earlier. And you're going to remove the bottom parchment paper right now. You're going to remove it slowly and start rolling it like this. And as you're rolling it, remove it. Take that parchment paper off. And then use a nice piece of parchment paper and roll it back. So it's going to stay in the parchment paper itself and going to hold its shape. Now keep that in the refrigerator for a whole hour so that the cream sets and also it holds the shape. And after an hour, I'm going to take it out. And here the cake is ready. You need to keep that onto the serving plate. Take it out. And there it's ready, but I'm just gonna sprinkle on top some powdered sugar. Just sift it on so it's gonna look a little bit more better. And the cake is ready to be served. Cut it and serve it. And you can see the chocolate chips in between. You can also see how soft the cake is, and you can see the roll. And now all you gotta do is serve it. It's really easy to slice because it's a really soft cake and the cream is delicious. The cake is delicious. I hope everybody tries it out. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Love cooking.